All right. Well, let's get this show on the road. Or off the road, as the case may be, since we don't really have any of those. And our vehicle is capable of going wherever we want. Let's see. Last night, at the very end of the night, we finished the iron mine, I think. Yes, it was completely covered. Every little tiny bit. Crane loader is using the same pattern as the proven copper loader. And I do believe the smelter was done as well. So that just means we need to build the trains, which would come out to 6 engines and 24 train cars. I'm not sure why I remember that, but I do. So I guess that's good. I kind of wonder. The Spidertron doesn't actually seem to go faster on concrete than it does normally. I suppose that kind of fits its go everywhere in nature. A little odd though. But normally the difference between concrete and not on concrete would be pretty notable. Okay, so here we are at the new iron production area. Everything is plumbed correctly, right? We have fuel to the engines. The loader is using the same kind of loader that I've been using everywhere else now. On-loader is the same loader as the copper plant has, which I am extremely proud of. And the smelting block isn't missing any inserters. Everything's plumbed correctly. Yes, they're both set up to output full belts correctly instead of the half belts that the copper one was doing initially. Okay. Apparently I took the blueprint for that from the fully functional version of the copper one and not the slightly broken one. Okay. Train engines. I do not have anywhere close to the amount of stuff I need for that in my inventory, so let's go grab some. Specifically, I'm going to need engine units. I think. Yes, definitely. And maybe some steel? Probably not. I will need more steel though for the cargo wagons. Okay, engine units. We have some right over here somewhere. Let's park this out of the way. Okay, wait, how many engine units do we need per locomotive? 20? So we need 100 engine units. Exactly. No. We need 120. Because we need to make 6, not 5. How many engine units do I have? There we go. Okay, so that's 6 ordered. Now, we need 24 cargo wagons. I do not have anywhere near enough gear wheels for that. So we need 240 gear wheels. I think the best place to get gear wheels is still down here. What did I say? 240 gear wheels? There we go. And quote, a bunch, end quote, of steel. And a similar amount of iron. Okay, there's the first 10. There's the second 10. Now we just need 4 more. And there we go, all 24. 5, 10, 15, 20, 24. And 6. The trains are ready to go. Instead of walking, let's summon our little vehicle. And then we will walk anyway. Is it considered walking someplace if your vehicle has legs? Okay. Now, engine placement. The first few will be very easy because they fuel themselves. Wait, I'm miscalculating the engines completely. I need 12 engines. No, I need 8 engines. No, I need 12 because I was thinking 3 trains. But no, I need 6 trains. 3 for bringing ore in, 3 for hauling the stuff away. So I do have enough train cars. Because I remembered that number from last night. I think. Yeah. Because 4 times 3 is 12, and I can need 24. Damn it. Okay, we need to go back and get more stuff for making engines. We need 6 engines. So yeah, we have enough train cars. We don't have enough engines, though. We would if we only were doing 1 engine per train. But that's not the right number at all. We're going to need to go grab engine units from somewhere else, namely over here. Okay, we need what, 120? I should grab a few more than that. There we go. That way we'll have engine units to make other things when we need them. We're probably short on steel. We're good on electronic circuits, so we're definitely short on steel. No, wait. That's not steel. This is steel. There we go. 6 more locomotives. Let's grab a little extra steel for later use. And off we go. To the north. And there we go. Okay. Boom, boom. I think they're all behind the signals properly. Okay, so we need about 8 fuel. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That should be enough to get everybody to their initial through their first loop so they can then fuel properly at the station. Okay. I think I was making the iron trains my closest approximation of a steel blue. Let's actually look at the map, see what the iron train color was. Okay. we go. Okay, now. Your orders are to go to iron smelter number 2 or... No. Yes, no. Yeah. Weight condition, empty cargo. Then go to iron mine number 3, weight condition, full cargo. That's it? That's it. Apply that to those as well. Okay. I should add these guys' train cars before I get too excited. Wait, did those connect? Okay. And the outer 2 trains and this one get to go to iron smelter number 2, plates, weight condition, empty cargo. No, that's wrong. Weight condition, full cargo. And then there is no station for them to go to after that. Because I do not yet have a receiving area for plates. That is the next mission after getting this up and running. Okay, so everybody can be activated. You're going to go roaring off into the sunset. As will you. And you. Okay, everybody's on and running. I really wish I would have hitched a ride on one of those to watch them load. It's always fun to watch a train load for the first time. Oh well. Did I put a radar down there? No, I did not. Can I craft some radars? No, I cannot. Okay, so let's grab some iron and gear wheels and get down there and place some radars. And then we can watch the trains run for a little bit. Make sure they're doing it properly. Or at least that's the official story. The unofficial story, of course, is just that it's cool to watch trains run. Okay. I'll put stepping stones across there too, but oh well. Frozen iron train. Full, apparently. There goes an empty iron train. This one's over half full already. And there it goes. I guess they are filling out of full buffer chests, but still. The buffers are definitely not filling up at the same rate they're emptying currently. I'm really glad I thought of this trick, by the way. Yeah, currently the trains are running much faster than they should be, but that's acceptable. What else? Oh yeah, radars. Where would be a good place to put some radars? Put them right here. go. Can't quite see the whole thing though. I should go put another radar up and farther north. I probably should have some radar production automated because it's really nice to have radars everywhere. Okay, let's see. Did I place them? Either side of this line is where I put them. There we go. Now the whole place is radarized and we can come check on the base anytime we like. See what's going on. Or more correctly, what's going wrong. Yeah, awesome. Okay. So this place is definitely going to get attacked by lots of biters, I'm sure. There are plenty nearby, and they're going to be moving in more and more as time goes on. Okay. So we have copper. We have iron. Why is this one white and the rest are blue? Oh, I wonder if the... I wonder if the blue means that there's a train there that's trying to leave. And the red means it's deactivated. Okay. Blue one is flashing yellow. White is solid yellow, apparently. But no, that's not true because this is still white. I don't know. Maybe it means there's multiple trains waiting to get there or something. I need to go put radars up here as well. Well, let's go do that right now, actually. I'm going to go set up automated radar production in the loop as I pass by, because I've been very lax about putting radars everywhere. And that is a bit of a problem. I would like to be able to just, look at my base occasionally and see what's going on. This needs radar, this needs a radar. These need radars. The oil field needs a radar. We need radars everywhere. Goes full iron train. What's kind of interesting about the Spidertron, the body never changes its direction. I mean, the head does. The head turns to face a direction, but the leg base never rotates. It just changes to walking in a different direction. And you can tell that because of the pattern of the legs. There's 4 on each side of the body. If you walk vertically, you still see, the leg. When you walk sideways, it's the same way. There's the same gap. I mean, I guess there's no real reason why you'd have to rotate when you're walking around, as long as they're all designed to be, what do I call it? Oh. Technically, these don't need train limits set, but they are anyway. Wait. Steel? Shit. Oh, shit. Damn it. The inputs all need to be filter inserters. Ew. Okay. Well, let's cut the ore off. Okay, we need to make a shit ton of filter inserters. Specifically, we need 144 of them. Okay. Do we have enough green circuits for that? No, we don't. Grab some. At least they craft quickly. We just need enough green inserters to do the job. No, not green inserters. Green circuits do the job. Do I have a green circuit buffer chest anymore? I don't think I do. Go ahead and turn most of our inserters into filter inserters. Okay, that'll be good. I'll have to craft a few more yet, but that'll be fine. Basically, the problem is, since both the ore and the plates are running on the same belt, occasionally, an inserter gets an overwhelming desire to grab the wrong thing. That creates a problem. Namely, we get steel in the system instead of just iron. And once they've grabbed one iron, they continue to grab, or once they've grabbed one iron instead of a ore, they continue to do so forever and ever, amen. And that is a problem. Over these, we need to change out all of these inserters for filter inserters. I think I'm going to set them to blacklist. Actually, no, I'm going to set them to allow. I'd like to be able to use the same block without modification. I crafted way more than that. Oh, I'm an idiot. I was placing the wrong ones. I want the purple ones, not the... on my ass. I wish there was a way to set these. Well, I guess there is. Once I placed a row, I can take a blueprint. Okay. Whitelist. Yeah. We'll just set it to whitelist all ores. Okay, that didn't do anything weird to those, did it? Did not look like it. Okay, we don't need to take an actual blueprint. Stack inserter is in the way. Did I not paste those over? Damn it. Well, at least we can paste the settings. Okay. I should have seen this problem coming, to be honest. Okay. Now... how many of these do I still need? Apparently I need 34. Okay. 15, 20, 25, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Which I guess I could have figured out without having to count by just remembering that there are 18 furnaces per row. But that would require... Okay, OBS, what are you doing? How did that get switched to... I swear it wasn't like that earlier. Or was it? That'd be super annoying if I was streaming nothing this time. Somehow it was on the very wrong output. Not output, but what do I call it? Oh, let me check something. Yeah, screw it. Let's not check something. Okay, do I want to actually have these set to... If I set them to whitelist all the ores... The only thing... I'm gonna set them to blacklist iron. Because that's simpler. And it's also the only material that causes a problem like this that is both smelted and smeltable. Copper doesn't matter. Steel doesn't matter. Although these will have to be set up differently for steel. That is a weakness of this kind of smelter block. It doesn't work for iron without being a special snowflake. I wonder, actually... Okay, this would be really extra. I could set this up to be self-configurable. So it automatically sets it to only accept the input material. I'm actually going to do it just because it's possible and not because it's actually useful or anything. Just because I think it'll be awesome. Actually, let's make absolutely sure it's possible before I go running off and grabbing the materials to do it. Okay, so I want you to set filters. You read belt contents, hold. Okay. Now as soon as any ore comes in, some of it should get onto here. And before it can reach any of the smelters, once every single one of these is wired red, it should set its filter to whitelist ore. I just need to hook every single one of those inserters to the red wire. Is that overly clever and unnecessary? Yes. Is it also really cool? And will make it so that I can blueprint the thing and paste that blueprint everywhere without any modification? Yes, also, but why? You can't stop me. I can be dumb if I want. I'm not going to wire every single one though. I'm just going to wire a couple and then I'm going to copy and paste it over and over again. And thankfully, wire is free when it's pasted as part of a blueprint. So I actually probably didn't even need to go get more wire. Okay. Red wire. I'll run across the top here. Like so. And actually, since there's nothing coming over the wire, these are currently receiving, well, nothing. That needs to connect into that. You connect to there, you connect to there. You connect to there and there. You connect to there, you connect to there. Okay. Control C. Copy this block of 3, like so. And then boom, 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 and so on down the line. Everybody's connected. Yay! And then we just copy the whole block. Like so. Boom, boom, boom. And the mode of operation of those was not set because, like a dummy, I didn't set it in the blueprint. How goes Factorio? It goes fairly well. I think the first maybe 30 minutes of the stream might have been a blank screen, but we're just going to ignore that. Okay. Let's copy this line again. Boom, boom, boom. Everybody's configured correctly now, I think. Okay. Let's see just how awesome this cool new automatic configuration system actually is. It works. It would work if everything was connected properly. I missed a few wires. What do you mean you can't reach? This one somehow didn't end up connected to where it's supposed to be. Or did this one? What are you even connected to anyway? Whatever. Okay, that works. No, it doesn't work. A bunch of these aren't connected. What? Oh, I ran the wire. I didn't run the wire here. There we go. Like that. All right. Think that'll function. Okay. So there we go. Automatically self-configuring smelter block. Let's run around and fix all the ones that are still claiming to do steel. Get that iron out of your mouth, or inventory. This is going to be a very annoying process because it's going to be extremely easy to miss one in the giant sea of furnaces. Okay. I think that is most of them, at least. There's a couple more up here. Okay, I think that's all of them. Don't see any more. Oh, wait. There's some of them that are showing iron plate, but have... Game. Well, at least it's easier to see ones that aren't running than it is to see ones that are... Okay. If this thing had backed up already, this would be a task of impossible magnitude. And I would literally deconstruct all the furnaces and rebuild. As it is, it's exceedingly tedious. Okay. And I think that's all of them, finally. That took way too long. Alright, now let's get all the steel out of the system. This is definitely a lot of steel. On the bright side, it is easy to see which ones have steel in them still. Namely, it's all of the ones that I didn't remove it from. Okay. All the steel must go. Every last little bit of it. That is unfortunate. Alright, where is my glorious steed? Congratulations, buddy. You get to carry the steel. Okay. We have a completely full train of iron. Now, we need to build an actual steel smelter. So, I think we'll just do that right underneath the iron smelter. This plan's been working out pretty well so far. Why not continue it? Let's get everything aligned. Oops. And I just screwed up the alignment. Boom. Like that. Not like that, because the RoboPort's in the way. And I'm not moving the RoboPort for anything. So, like that. But don't place those, thank you. Okay, this is going to take about a year. Let's put a little box there. The robots won't use that little box because it's outside their range. There. Means anything that gets deleted in this area goes into that box. Like, say, all the trees that they're trying to put in my inventory right now. That's a lot of wood. I think I'm going to craft a single wooden chest. Place it right there. And put wood in it. Also, things I don't feel like dealing with right now, like iron ore. Is there anything else I want to delete? More wood. Even more wood. Looks like we're short on underground belts again. And, yeah, we need to go get rid of a lot of stuff. Spidertron! Get over here. You and I are going to go on a lovely little journey soon here. As soon as the robots settle down and stop flying around. Okay. Where did I put that? Oh, there it is. How close do I have to be to the damn thing? There we go. Not sure why they put an underground belt in there, but they did. Okay. So... I suppose let's go over here and get rid of the last of those trees. We need 144 filter inserters. Yeah, we just generally need a lot of stuff. You'll grab more inserters. Also, this design is not by any means any stretch of the imagination final, because I need to add another block like this out here. The outputs from this block need to be reversed, go the other direction, be fed into the input of the other smelter block, which space can be flipped end for end. Those shouldn't be set to iron. I mean, they should be set to iron ore, but they should change themselves. I'm going to need to remove all the trees around here if I care for my sanity. Not like this. I'll order the bots to do it. Okay, let's get a lot of wood out of my inventory. That's how you delete items in Factorio. Unfortunately, there's no handy little delete item slot. These trash slots, you can put items there and they will be removed from your inventory, if assuming you have logistics bots, which I don't. But that just means they'll be carried away. It doesn't mean that they will be deleted. As far as I know, there's no way to automatically delete an item in Factorio. Okay, what did we come down here for? Belts. Underground belts. Splitters. And inserters, which I'm pretty sure I'm not making enough of at the moment. No, I only have it set to 150. Yeah, let's go for a full 300 inserters. Okay, so I need 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70. I need green circuits. The coal slowly dwindles. Thankfully, we have a solution to that. Okay, the best place to grab green inserters off the belt would probably be right over here. Stop it. There we go. Yeah, was that 70? 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. 144 filter inserters. Now we need a similarly giant number of normal inserters, or fast inserters. We need a bunch of stack inserters. We need probably just more normal inserters, to be honest. Okay, what are they complaining about? Rails. Oh, I'm out of rails, aren't I? Also, I need more furnaces. Because there's no way I had enough furnaces in my inventory for that. Okay, we need to stockpile more furnaces as well. 200, 250. Let's do 300 furnaces. I tuck the stuff in a wooden chest to make it go kaboom. That is basically the only way to delete things. Unfortunately, there's no automated way to do that. I don't think. There might be some way that you could... Well, you can automate the replacing the wooden chest after it's been destroyed. You can automate the inserting stuff you want to delete into the wooden chest. Oops. Sorry, Mike. Didn't mean to bump you. But I'm not sure how you would automate deleting it. Or, blowing it up. I guess you could stick it in somewhere where biters are likely to hit and hope the flamethrower turrets get it. I wonder if there's a way you could set up a biter on like an infinite treadmill so that a flamethrower turret always tries to shoot ahead of it but can't quite hit it, and then put the There's got to be some way you could automate destroying something. It'd probably require considerable cleverness, but... Okay, so where are we at as far as... Oh, we're short on steel chests. That's not a problem. I have so much steel in my inventory right now, I don't know what to do with it all. And if I ever feel the need for more steel, well, we have a little bit on hand. Okay, so we got the steel chests we need. We are out of belts before finishing this. We also need a pair of train stops. That's no problem. And we need a bunch of steel power poles, which are a problem, but we can go grab those easily enough. This needs to be renamed. Quickly, before any trains arrive here by accident. I guess that's not actually a problem, because this isn't connected to the main line yet. Okay, so what all are we short of again? Power poles and belts. I'm surprised we actually had enough inserters, although we are a bit low. You have more wood here. Okay. Grab another wooden chest out of there. Boom. Okay. Now, belts. More inserters, even though we don't necessarily need them yet. We will need them eventually. They're missing concrete for construction. What? No, you're not. The concrete plant has tons of it. Quite literal tons of it. Oh, it's my robots complaining because I'm standing over there and that isn't quite inside of a robot area. Wait, really? Okay, apparently sometimes construction robots can build one outside of their defined area. That's interesting. We came down here for something else. What was it? It was belts. Oh, power poles. Yes, power poles. Give unto me your power. Okay. Think everything else is good? Why am I still on the... let's see. It should be the best. That'd probably be the best one for now. Not sure why I have this in this hotbar. Okay. We went too far north. Here we go. Go, robots. Okay, is there anything else you guys need? Doesn't look like it. Except this does need to be redesigned, so. Go ahead. Trees and rocks. I guess this is going to hurt. But we do need to get rid of all these trees so I can see what's going on. That's a lot of wood we're going to have to delete. Actually, let's race the robots. The ones around the edge we can get ourselves. It's the ones that are here mixed into everything that is a problem. Oops. We may have slightly injured a few of these. Okay. I'm kind of... It's definitely over-engineered, but I'm kind of happy with how I came out, how this thing here came out. Because if you use normal inserters, not filter inserters, then an iron smelting block will, some of these will just start making steel instead. So to change it, I built this block so that whatever comes in on the input is automatically set on all the filter inserters before it gets to the, before it gets in, by using a little split off the side here, set to detect just a dead end belt. So the first time any input comes down this belt, some of it will get diverted onto this and set the system. And then that sets the filters of all the filter inserters. So it's self-configuring. Which is very cool because I can just take this block and paste it as many times as I want. Speaking of taking this block and pasting as many times as I want. No. I was thinking for a moment that we could just have the iron train stop here and make steel that way. But no, this is going to be a dedicated steel block. Okay. So we want the whole furnace block. All of it. But not like that. Like that. Okay. Now we want to flip it vertically, which I don't remember what the hotkey for that is. So we'll do it the lazy way. Rotate and flip. Like so. Now it outputs at the top and inputs at the bottom, which is actually... You know what? I don't want that. We will leave 2 blocks of space. And just run a long belt around. Okay, we definitely do not have the materials to build this block, but that's okay. This needs to be reversed. Like so. Okay. Flip it. Like that. Okay, we're out of belts again. That's acceptable. Alright. Where did I leave the Spidertron? Oh, there it is. Get back in the Spidertron. We're going to have to delete more wood. Go ahead and delete the trees in amongst all this stuff. There shall be no trees in amongst my delicate factory workings. Okay. Now, what do we need? We need a shit ton of furnaces, all the belts in the world, 144 filter inserters, and it looks like 50 some normal inserters. Alright, so 2 wooden chests should be enough. When we get to the end game screen, there's going to be a fairly significant number of destroyed wooden chests listed. Okay. So we need lots and lots of inserters. We do not have enough there. It looks like green circuits are the limiting factor here. And for the green circuits, limiting factor is wire. Okay, so that'll speed it up a little bit. I wonder... Do you have speed modules? Yeah, okay. It'll make it a little bit faster. Speaking of that, though, okay, we're still not even hardly touching the reactor. Nuclear power is so great. Oh, I was going to set up automated production of radars, wasn't I? Okay, congratulations. You get to make radars. Make only one stack, please. Okay, radar production is done. There we go. Get a stack of roboports. Let's see, what else is in my inventory that I'm lacking? Stack inserters I could use more of, probably. But it's not actually a thing I use a lot of most of the time. Train loaders, non-loaders is the main thing. And I don't need to carry them around all the time for that. You have a bunch of extra stuff here. That's not junk, but I don't want to carry everywhere. They're starting to free your inventory space a little. Okay. We need more green circuits. There we go. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That should give us 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 100. 1, 2, 3, 4. That should be 144, I think, which is how many we need. And we're going to need more inserters for that, because we need like 50 some. I only have 30. That should be enough to build it. We also need... Why isn't my armor fully charged? Okay. Mysterious mysteries and other unknowns. We should grab some assembly machines, because we're a bit short on those. Should also grab some speed modules. Oh, and we need furnaces. That's 300 furnaces. I think that's enough. 100 furnaces is probably good for now. Oh yes. We need more power poles. Large power poles we're good on. Okay. Oh, belts. I have a whole slot dedicated to them, and I've been looking at the empty slot. It's like, oh, what do we need? What do we need? Oh, we need belts. You idiot. Go get some. Okay. I hope that's enough. If not, we'll just run back down and grab more things. Which is something I'm definitely not a stranger to. Okay. And you go into there. There we go. Steel output is set up. Now, technically, we don't need... we're out of belts again. I was going to say, technically, we don't need to have the filter inserters here. Because... what else are they going to grab? It's not like you can smelt steel. But it doesn't hurt to have a standardized design and stick to it. So that's what we're doing. And in this case, the standardized design determines that I did not grab enough furnaces. We need 40 more. And we need like a crap ton of belts. Is there anything else you guys needed? No? You're okay? Alright. Actually, this should be changed. The electric furnace, now that we're using electric furnaces for everything. Once the steel production is up and running, which I'm going to build a whole new iron outpost for that, I think. What am I over here for? I'm going to remove these old furnaces, clear out all the belts around them and stuff, clear out the old train stations for them, and then I'm going to build dedicated, a big dedicated train station in there to unload materials. Okay. We are a bit short on inserters. And we definitely need belts. A lot more than that. Okay, we're going to have to run express belts through here, aren't we, if we want that to work. I don't think that's actually going to work, though, because we can't... we don't have an express belt worth of iron coming in. Is that the only source of iron for this place? No, it's being merged back in here. We could run an express belt down. It would very, very slightly speed things up. Very, very slightly. Okay, here, the one that's definitely not getting starved. That is running at full speed, okay. So we maybe slightly increase production speed by some small, hardly measurable amount. Boy, we're sucking down the iron pretty hard. Okay. Yeah, anyway. Occasionally, this almost runs full. Where are we at? Less than 100 belts. I think we need to go find something else to do for a little bit. It's going to be a while before we have enough belts to finish this project. Okay, so the question is, steel is going to have its own dedicated set of 6 trains. I don't want to try to run 6 trains through the existing iron mine. I should rebuild the train station here to accept an extra car. And extra 2 cars would be. Could I even do that? Not really. A lot would have to be moved to make it work. It could kind of be done by just deleting the bottom of this half of the train station. It would actually be extremely tempting to just move the south wall down a little bit. And then we could use iron mine number 2, which still has 21 million iron ore. Let's actually go do that. Let's upgrade iron mine number 2 to modern standards, and that can be feeding the steel smelter. The problem is, though, iron mine number 2 is made entirely with red belts. And I am not set up to modernize something quite like that. Okay, here. We need 48. Yeah, that should be enough. Also, I could run a new ammo belt in there and all that fun stuff if I did that. The problem is that would have required deleting the old iron trains. I'm going to set you to manual, which is going to block this. And you, I'm also going to set to manual. We'll let these trains unload. Once this train's empty, I'm going to delete it, let this train pull up, and then I'll also unload it. Basically, I'm going to shut off the material delivery here preemptively. Currently, iron smelting is running at full speed because of belt production, but yeah, these are going away. And then we'll put new compact unloaders in here. Because we could actually fit, there's no stackers here. So we would have to set train limit 1 at the train stops, and that would stop people from backing up on the main line. But we could fit modern unloading stations here very easily without having to modify any of the tracks at all. And deliver iron and copper already. Okay. Radars. Did I bring some radars with me? Yes, I did. Okay, congratulations. You get a radar. Now I can see what's going on here. This place already had a radar. Okay, so the iron trains are not going to be coming anymore. They have been turned off. I'm going to end up with so much iron in my inventory. Okay, the south wall should not be attacked for a while, but let's go run down here and confirm that there are nobody coming from this area. I think this was all cleared out pretty successfully. There are these areas that might be forming attack groups. Well, we are in combat configuration right now, so let's go roast some biters. See ya. I'm tempted to put stepping stones across that lake, but it's probably not worth it. I can just walk around. Oh, hello. Oh, missed a few. Alright. Where's the edge of the pollution cloud? Right here? Okay, so we just need to go destroy this big nest up here and we're good then. There should be no more biters in pollution range down south here that will likely attack that area. So we can delete the south wall and move it. Okay, there was a bit more spitter action going on in there than I really expected. And there's an attack group. Goodbye. Okay. We lost a couple of robots because I'm an idiot. But other than that, we're good. Let's just keep going around the edge. We'll go around the lake and come around across the top. Let's turn robots off just in case I get slowed down and damaged again. Although if I'm paying any attention at all, not just letting the power of the Spidertron go to my head, that shouldn't be a problem. Okay. Spidertron really is awesome. I need to make some nukes. I'm pretty sure I have the tech unlocked for it. I just need to actually craft them. Or do I need to research them yet? I don't remember. I might actually need to research them. Okay. Solve that problem rather rapidly. Personal laser defense and power armor Mark IIs are basically cheating. Combine that with the mobility and speed of the Spidertron and the ability to put shields in the Spidertron, and there's basically no risk ever of ever dying. It is possible. If you get enough spit on you and slowed down, then you could die. But, yeah. Not very likely. Okay. So. Let's go clear out a few of these little groups as well. I'm kind of tempted to delete all the walls and replace them with the newer, more modern walls. And I think that can be accomplished just fine with I think I used the baby wall blueprint for this place. Or at least the baby wall blueprint should be pastable over it. Let's find out. No. The spacing is off. By one lousy tile. We would not be surprised at some point they had a bug specifically to challenge the Spidertron. Are they still even adding stuff to this game? I guess there was talks of DLC at some point, but I don't know if they're actually working on that or not. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even have rocket ammo launched, and this thing, you can turn on auto target. It'll shoot without you having to do a thing. You just load up with the rockets and walk around, or you don't even have to be in it. You can order it to go places. It's insane. You can fill its grid up like this, completely passive stuff, and then wear all the laser turrets in the world in your own personal inventory. I could remove these energy shields, put more laser turrets in there. Remove some of these batteries. Definitely remove the roboports. Probably leave the batteries in. Remove the roboports and the shields and put in more guns. You can just mow everything right over. take the shield, take some of the exoskeletons out, put in more shields, and you have a slower, heavier tank. It's insane. Okay. I think what I'm going to have to do is actually delete all the turrets out of the inside of here and replace them all because they're spaced wrong. This was built before I had a standardized wall blueprint, I think. Let me double check that though. This might be the light wall blueprint. No. Everything is off by 1. Yeah. Okay. Let's go ahead and order the deconstruction of the turrets. Starting there. The locals are probably going to do some of this work. Let's give them a storage chest so they can place things down. Oh, I have my Roboport turned off. That's why. Spidertron, I'm too lazy to walk. Get over here. Oh. Power's been cut to the power detector at the iron outpost. Oh no. It's an emergency. I mean, it is kind of a problem, but... Okay, so... I'm just going to ignore that honking in the background. I hope you don't mind. And let's go ahead and set up a corner. Something got destroyed. Oh shit. Go away. They destroyed a couple wall pieces. Nobody cares. Okay, this place is gonna have an ammo belt after this, which means we need to figure out how to run it. The honking has stopped. Okay, so this can go underneath like so. And then get back my wall blueprint. We will do... Here, we have to delete all this first. After all the trouble I went to try to make sure biters wouldn't be in the area, a couple of them still showed up to ruin the day. I'm really glad the blueprints aren't an item anymore. It used to be you'd have to craft blueprint items and deconstruction planner items. Now you can just grab them from the hotbar anytime you like. Very convenient. Okay. For that matter, blueprint books used to be an item you had to craft. If I remember correctly. Back in the prehistoric Dark Ages. Okay. We need to move the south wall. I just remembered. That's the whole reason we're doing this. Okay, deconstruction planner, go. These signals need to be removed. Okay. Now, remove the south wall. I guess if any biters come, we're going to have to fight them off with our Spidertron. How will we ever survive? It will definitely be a large challenge. It will take all of our skill and cunning to survive. No, it won't. Okay, so we want this outpost blueprint. I don't know why I ever made the one with the, what am I gonna call it in the first place? Yes, we do want stuff to be delivered. Wait, doesn't this have a... I thought this had a Roboport as part of the design. It's supposed to have a Roboport as part of the design. Okay. Well, this also needs to be deleted. Go ahead and collect all this crap. We have lots of iron ore. Oh shit. All the buffer chests. No. We're going to have multiple steel chests full of iron. I did not even consider this. Okay. Shut up, power alarm. Why did I make those power alarms? It seemed like a good idea at the time. At least I turned the volume down. That's a small consolation, I guess. Looking on the bright side, it would take multiple trains to haul away this much iron ore. So it's not like leaving the trains to run while shutting off the iron outpost would actually have sped it up much. I should run a extra power line just so that will shut up. Okay. Sell that. Sell that. That's a lot of iron. I keep forgetting those power alarms are a thing until I trigger them. Oops. Let everybody recharge. Oh, that's why my... Okay. It's like, why is my power armor so discharged? It's so discharged because I'm running a 50 bazillion robots off of it. I think it's only 100 robots. But still. Okay. This is the fast way to get robots back in your inventory. Why wait for them to charge? You can just pick them up. Okay, I think we finally have all of the iron in chests. Okay, now blueprint. I'm going to remove that one. These guys are running a little low on repair packs, actually. That's fine. You can have a stack. Okay. Let's also remove some of these power poles. New ones will be placed with the blueprint anyway. Okay, large no-wall outpost blueprint. Go. I'm going to be glad this doesn't have power, aren't I? Because it's going to immediately summon trains, I think. Pipe is in the way. Where? Oh, there. That's fine. Okay. This is currently set to off, which is good. No, it's bad. I need to give this place more robots. We need at least 25 robots on site. Okay, we were short a train stop, so that's actually good. Because that'll keep this thing from being an immediate issue. I need to make a new blueprint of this, because this blueprint's got issues. For example, those two power poles aren't connected for some bizarre reason. Why? I don't know. They just aren't. Also, I think this might be missing a power pole between here and there. But I'm not actually sure. Okay, if I connect you to power, will you please shut up? Yay! It's no longer honking at me. This loader is not the final one. I mean, it doesn't even have any of this infrastructure. Okay, that blueprint is just bad. Let's delete it. Where is it? Okay, this is the slightly functional one. This is going to be the one I was going to drop beside random outposts. It's got medium walls built all the way around it. Yeah, no. I do like the station, though. It does have some useful components. You know what? We're keeping this for now. Hey, knock it off. No, bad. Bad biters. Okay, we need to get those walls up. Medium wall corner. Like so. That should be functional. Boom. Okay. This one slightly overlaps. That wait, that's a heavy wall. We want the medium wall straight. There we go. Oh, shit. No. No. Bad. Stop it. Okay. There we go. We are short a lot of things. Well. Okay, let's get the oil hooked back up. So this place is capable of defending itself with something other than just lasers. I think we've reduced the number of lasers that are on the wall. Which might be a problem. Okay, I'm thinking about putting a strip of landfill across the back here to hook up the what do I call it? I hope I have enough landfill for this. I should have enough landfill for this. I do. Yay. Okay. Let's do something funny. That thing doesn't have any pathfinding at all, does it? It just walks straight line to wherever it wants to go. I expected it would have some simple pathfinding or something, but it doesn't. Interesting. I guess if it walks over top of everything, it doesn't really need it. Just it can't go across a river, it'll get, or not a river, it can't go across a patch of water, it'll get stuck. Okay, so we need a ton of stuff. Yeah, just a ton of stuff in general. Also, this 1000% need to have a power pole in between here. Is this the broken version that didn't have... Yes, it is. These should be connected to the power pole as well, for example, and they're not. Yeah, this was just the really broken version of this. Had all kinds of issues. I'm gonna delete that blueprint if I didn't already. Here we go. Delete. It was made from the walled blueprint anyway. I deleted the walls and all that stuff, but I apparently didn't do a very good job of it when I did it. Okay. Filter inserters. What is it using filter stack inserters for? Oh, yeah. Okay. Make those. Chests. We need advanced circuits. Okay. There's the passive provider chests we need. We need gun turrets, which actually I should have thought of it. We have those in the inventory here. We need belts. Okay. Hopefully the belt production has been going well while I've been gone. No, it hasn't. Because we've run out of iron. We've run out of iron because I shut off the iron trains. Okay. You may proceed. That will give us a little bit more iron, but we're working on a bit of a clock here now. Because we're either going to have to rebuild the iron trains, or we're going to have to get the new trains running iron into here, which I guess we could do, like, any time just by deleting this unloader and pasting a new unloader in there. What we're doing right now is effectively just setting up the steel production, which we will need eventually. I should produce some... Okay, they're still pumping pretty quickly. And it's not like it's consuming any really either. Go, go, robots. Before you use up all of my stuff, though. There we go. Am I going to have anywhere close to enough belts for this? That thing looks so silly when it runs down a narrow thing like that. Ooh, I hope we didn't need any more belts, because that's all we got. Well, obviously we're not going to be able to finish this loader. All this iron needs to be moved into these buffer chests. Yeah, we don't even have enough to finish the ammo belt. Oh, shit. Missed a spot. There we go. Okay, everybody's got fuel now. Got lasers, we've got fuel. What we don't have... Also, this is not placed right. There we go. What we don't have is anywhere near enough belts to finish that. And we need a train stop, which I'm not deliberately not placing yet because I don't want this to suddenly go off on a rampage. Okay. Can I connect to... No, I can't connect to a... Okay, what's my incoming signals? Oh, this isn't connected. Because of course, it's a broken blueprint. This needs to be connected to that. And then read contents. Set this to logistics bot. And that gives us a signal of 33 construction bots on the network. As long as I don't turn this on, and as long as we don't lose too many bots, the train won't be summoned when I go ahead and build that train post. So let's do that. The train is heading here, though. Or it was going to, but now it's stopped. It's going back to where it was. It's going out here to turn around is what it's doing. Okay. If we turn this on, then it will suddenly see a whole bunch of things on the network that it needs to bring in. And we'll realize that, oh no! I need to come and deliver stuff. Let's turn the robots off. No. I want to delay. Ghosts. Okay. Like that. Like that. Now we need to get the... Oh, where's the last time I built one of those? Down here. This time we're going to copy a known working good one. And we're not going to break it and accidentally put way too much stuff onto the belt. Where did I copy this one from? Oh, I think I remember. I think I pasted the blueprint out here, took a copy of it, and pasted the... So actually, okay, my outpost blueprint is just broke. It is not functional at all. But anyway, this is pending the receipt of 70 belts. This is a fully functional outpost. Okay, make that 68 belts. Or 66 belts. Okay. Let's go see if we can get that many belts. And by that point, the iron train is probably empty. So we can delete that and then reconfigure that line to receive iron plates. Yes, you're empty. Okay, this line needs to be reconfigured to receive iron plates. Also, I'm going to completely redo this loader. We do not want to be refueling the train off that. We're not going to use this old outdated loader. It worked quite well for its time. Okay, delete train cars. We will name this one to iron plate. Receiving. I think I might have mangled that spelling. We'll name it delivery. Enable train limit of 1. I think the plan actually is to set all the iron trains to deliver to this depot. And then I just, wherever I need iron plates, I add a depot there of the right size. Okay, do I have a blueprint of an unloader? Okay, that was mildly concerning. OBS says everything's okay. That little boop noise is what happens when the internet goes down. Or rather, when the tool I have that detects if the internet goes down, detects that it's not up. Damn it. I even said, oh, I need to place radars up there so I can look on the map. And I forgot to place radars. Ah! Otherwise, I would be able to just take a blueprint from the radar view. I don't have an unloader down here. These are all loaders, which are exactly what I don't need. Well, I guess that means we're going to go place a radar, unless I can... No, I don't have any radars that those bots can access anyway. It'd be slower than... Okay, come get me, oh Spidotron. Okay. Well, let's go up here and place a radar, or 3. Right there seems like a good place to put it. Okay, so we have view of the whole area. We need to copy an unloader. Like so. This design is going to have to be modified slightly, which is why I'm taking a copy and not a blueprint. It's not generic enough to make a good blueprint. It could be made to be generic enough without too much trouble, but I haven't done that yet. Oh, this block is out of power. Must have been receiving its power from the station here. Okay. So, like there. Unfortunately, this is in the way. Shut up. Nobody wants to listen to you anyway. Okay. And this power pole is also in the way. That doesn't belong there. Okay. What do we need? We are short a shit ton of concrete, 150 belts, 14 stack inserters. Okay, let's go grab some stack inserters. And a bunch of belts. I don't know if we have enough express belts for that. We might have to use some red belts to fill up for now. Okay. If I suddenly disappear, it'll be because my internet isn't cooperating. Hopefully that isn't actually a problem, but I guess we'll find out. Okay. There we go. That is, in theory, iron ore. In practice, it's going to just have to be not iron ore. Cut off all the old iron ore insertion areas. Okay. This is iron incoming. This is iron outgoing from here. Go ahead and remove that. That also gets turned off for now. We should have plenty of steel stockpiled. We don't need more. Okay. Now, put a power switch here. There we go. No! I hit Q on instinct and I didn't want to do it. There we go, much better. Okay. That should be functional. What are we missing? 19 of those. No problem. And 66 blue belts. But that's over here. Also, I think I have concrete. Let's go ahead and get some of this concrete placed so they stop complaining about it. I think we just used up all the concrete we had right there. Okay, let's go grab more concrete. A few thousand would be acceptable. We'll let the robots do the edges. Assuming they can catch us. We've used up all of our concrete. Again. Note to self, it takes a lot of concrete. Here. It's faster than waiting for them to charge. Okay. So this is ready to start receiving trains, I think. Yeah. This was the overflow iron. Okay, so let's go ahead and set up our trains. You are the iron delivery train. No, you're the ore delivery train. What am I thinking? Add station. Iron plate delivery. Add weight condition. Empty cargo. Let's wait for him to get here. Make a copy of his orders. And you can can also receive those orders, as can you. Destination full. That's fine. You can just wait. Okay, so they're unloading into the buffer. And the buffers are unloading into here. And those are running through balancers, and the factory has iron again without running any of the iron smelters here. Yay! We don't, however, have steel again, but that's fine because most of these steel furnaces are completely full. We have literally hundreds of steel. When we run out, then we'll worry about hooking steel up. Ideally, all these would be blue belts all the way out to here at least. We don't have enough blue belts for that just yet. Problem for future, Milo. This train needs to be removed. Allow the next copper train to move up. It will also be removed and then replaced eventually with another one of these, and we can get rid of all of this smelting area. Currently, most of the copper furnaces are full because we're not actually using copper at the moment, or at least not very much. It'll take quite a while for us to actually need to. Yeah, see, look, they're going past all these full furnaces. The empty furnaces, it isn't until the last few. So copper's... Actually, I think we're using more steel than we're using copper at the moment. If I started doing research, that would change very quickly, but I'm not doing any research at the moment. Okay, let's grab more express belts and let's get an upgrade planner. And let's start fixing some of this mess we have out here. Okay. And you should be blue. And you should also be blue. And we're out of blue belt. I have quite a bit of red belt we need to get rid of as well. Well, not really quite a bit, but some. Okay. The mission to exterminate red belt continues. I should have grabbed blue belt when I was down here. We don't have very much of it, but some is better than none. Okay. This overflow is all blue belt from there. Boom, boom. And we're out of blue belt again. I don't know why I have a splitter here. Apparently at some point I was splitting off iron. Is this set up correctly? Yeah. Okay, they're just all running in basic lockstep for some reason. But they are outputting evenly, more or less. I'm surprised another train isn't here to unload already. Destination full? What? No? What are you talking about? There's nobody here. What are you doing, train? You're empty. How did you get to this point in the list? Okay, for some reason... Oh, I see. He was already... Yeah, okay. We better make sure nobody else is screwed up in a similar way. No, he's trying to get the smelter. Okay, it was just a... One of them somehow managed to skip a stop. And they will run until the buffers are full, and then they'll park. Yeah, okay. So we just need to do this with copper as well once the copper's all cleared out. And we'll be sitting pretty. Let's go grab some more... concrete. I remember when they added concrete. There was a surprising number of people who were very unhappy because concrete is really ugly. I mean, this looks nice, but if you just place basic concrete, it's kind of hideous. Concrete used to be quite nice looking, but then at some point they changed it to the current not nice appearance. But anyway, so there was a lot of people who were very unhappy about that. Understandably. I wasn't too impressed by it either. And so they finally added smooth concrete as an even better version of concrete that was actually, you know, smooth instead of looking like it had been out in the wind and sun for a million years with no maintenance. Inventory is full. Why? Because I have too much concrete. Okay, well, let's put that over here into the overflow. Oh, also I have a lot of coal. It looks like we're going to have to go build some... Bring out columns. Where is the nearest... Oh, are you people going way up there for a overflow... not overflow, for a storage chest? Please don't. Put all your stuff in there. Okay, what's in the storage chest way up here? Honestly, there shouldn't even be a storage chest way up here anymore. That's a relic of previous times. Is nobody here unloading iron? Oh, this is the steel one. Also, this is... That's the plate loader. Duh, I put it in the wrong chest. I was gonna say, something is wrong with that. Go ahead and load it all in that car. That's bad for a evenness of unloading perspective, but it'll work out. Okay. The train unloading no longer has a power alert. Because I deleted it and then didn't replace it. Oh yes, coal. We need to build a coal loader here, a coal unloader. We wait. No, that's fine, actually. It's better to feed it right into the back of a... If I'm going to feed it onto a belt like this, it's best to feed it right into the back of a balancer. Let's do input priority to take for the chest first. just to get that crap gone. Okay. I should remove this iron smelter as well. Because realistically, it's going to do nothing for the foreseeable future. Well, aka forever and ever amen, because I'm no longer going to be making steel here. I can't remove the copper yet, because it's still mostly full. Oh, this needs to be connected to power. Yeah, we can't empty the system if it has... if it doesn't have power. There we go. I wish there was a way I could use a deconstruction or construction planner. Like a box I could tick on a deconstruction planner or on a blueprint that would tell it to only use the personal Roboport robots or to only use the local construction network robots. Because in cases where I have both, it ends up being rather inconvenient. Okay, let's get rid of all these red belts. I should remove these buffers, because I'm never going to want red belts ever again. So let's instead replace them with long-handed inserters. In the same way up here, this buffer, never again. Okay, that does mean I have suddenly a rather large amount of stuff to get rid of. Okay, that's an output. We can't fit more than a stack in. Okay, how are we doing on these? We'll take another stack of those. We're short on splitters. Take another stack of those. I should put a chest here, though, that I can use to put red belts I don't want in. I don't need quite that much. Okay. Let's go finish the iron mine. And then we can start thinking about getting steel production running. It looks like some of these are slowly converting over. A few of these. Most of these haven't fired a shot. Ever. Oh well. Better to have the wall and not need it than need the wall and not have it. Go, my little robots. Okay, once we connect this up, we can actually summon our first train by turning on the activator signal here. I suppose. Okay. What all can I get out of my inventory? I wish this was auto-sorting, it's the same as the player inventory. I need to clear my inventory of as much crap as possible. I gotta just put stuff in until I run out. Okay, there we go. Get all this transferred to the buffer chests. Otherwise, when we actually build the loader here, we're going to be stuck with chests and chests of iron that we can never, ever unload. Although I guess we could do this by building some temporary infrastructure and feeding it onto belts and into the loader. That would be interesting. But I'm already almost done this way, so too late. Looks like the outpost train isn't coming. What? Oh, this is... Oh, wait, that is connected. This is set. If anything is less than 25, output red signal. This is set. Enable condition red signal greater than 0. Oh, red goes on the green line. I'm okay. Just run from there to there. Boom. Now it should summon a train. Not sure how I missed the fact that that had to be on the green line, but oh well. It's working now. Oh, I already had iron in my inventory. The ammo train is here. The ammo train is here. Hey everybody, the ammo train is here. Also the repair pack and repair parts train. It's apparently unloaded all of its ammo already. Oh yeah, this is a broken blueprint. I forgot. There are problems with it, namely that this needs to be a normal stack inserter, not a filter inserter. I will fix that just as soon as I empty my inventory of the last of this crap. Okay. Get all this stuff out of the Spidertron. There we go. Enabled condition. Oh. It has a bit of a boot up problem. No! You piece of shit. Okay. Now, how am I going to get this to start working? I'm going to do it by deleting this. And then stop it. Okay, this functions. I did not previously consider that this isn't going to work. Wait a second. Okay, so to get this to boot, we need to do like that. And then boom, now it starts to function. Now we take the red and connect those, and it immediately stops. You piece of shit. Wait a second. Okay, your enabled condition is uranium equals 0, which is exactly how it should be. Why are you stopping? Your condition is uranium is less than 4. What? Why would it run when these aren't connected? These have nothing on them. There is no uranium ammo on these belts. Connecting them should make no difference. And yet it does. What? What is going on? If I take some of my uranium ammo here, which I don't need because I have way too much of it on my hands right now. Oh, also, I know what the problem is. I know what the problem is. I know what the problem is. Okay, now. Actually, I don't know what the problem is, but I hope it's going to work if I do this. Okay, so right now it shouldn't be running. That is exactly as intended. We're just feeding ammo through the system. As soon as I stop feeding ammo through the system, it should start running, but it doesn't. Why not? Because this has 2 ammo waiting there. Okay, now it's working. This system will fail. Absolutely will fail if it's feeding a double-sided belt through it. The numbers would need to be adjusted to account for that. Okay, now it's functioning. I need to remember it must feed a single-sided belt. Or I need to adjust the numbers, because this would have to be 8, probably. And we really don't want that much ammo circulating. Okay. We actually have a surprising number of these fully fueled. Or ammoed, I guess. The ammo train is being summoned. Okay, it reconnected. Let's refresh the monitoring stream. And we are indeed live. All right. Piece of shit internet. Okay, as I was saying, it looks like the ammo train's actually doing okay here. Considering it's left. How much is in its... Okay, it was full up on ammo, so that's good. It won't leave until it's empty or until it's been more than 5 seconds since more ammo was put onto the belt. Which might happen. Okay, so we just have this last stretch of turrets to fill yet, so it's actually really close to having this place fully jump-started. Okay, train loader. I can go ahead and grab one from over here. Boom. Like so. All right. Now, just run this right down here like so. And into there. And like that. Okay. These are already blue belts. These are not. Also, why is that? Oh, that stopped because all those were loaded already. That's why. Okay. This is train stop unnamed outpost. It needs to be iron mine number 2. Because this was the original second iron mine. Alright. Okay, there's currently no trains that use this stop. However, this is going to supply the new steel smelter, which I just realized I have not yet finished because I need more belts and more furnaces, like 40 of them I think it was. So let's skitter our way over there and grab more furnaces and belts. I think probably have enough belts on me right now to do it, but I'm gonna grab more than that anyway because better safe than sorry and all that fun stuff. How many robots do I have at the moment? 75. Okay, so we're 25 robots short of a load. Got a little bit of wood on us to get rid of. Go ahead and take a full complement of express belts. We're probably good on the rest of the belt machinery for now. Looks like we're okay on inserters. Bit short on stack inserters. Okay, let's go grab some furnaces and then we can go up there and do our thing. Okay. We're still producing a little bit of copper locally. You have 19K here. Not that's a good thing. Let's see. I wish there was a way to destroy resources on the ground if you wanted to. I mean, they don't affect anything, but it's just kind of... If you have a small patch of something that's in the middle of your factory, it just looks ugly. What am I looking for? Furnaces. They're right over here. We needed 40 some. So that should get us where we're going. Ooh, we have stuff to get rid of. Specifically, we have steel furnaces. Is that it? Looks like it. Also, before we run up there, let's grab the materials we need to make the trains we need. We need 12 engines, of which we have 3 already. So we're going to need all the engine units we have stockpiled, probably. And we need a bunch of steel, which we have already. 3. Okay, we need 3 more engines, which gives us like 60 engine units we need. Guess we can pick those up here. No, not purple science, stupid idiot. Okay, let's pick up a few more than that so we can handscraft some stuff. 3. I need to get started making artillery ammunition. I keep not doing that, and I should, because artillery ammo is awesome. Okay, what do I need to actually make artillery ammo? I'm not going to do it right now, but explosives, explosive cannon shells, and radar. None of that is terribly complicated. The explosive cannon shell is probably the most complicated. It just requires plastic, though. So we need a lot of explosives, some plastic, some steel, and then gear wheels, electronic circuits. All very simple stuff. I need to get automated artillery shell production up. And probably a fairly sizable plant, because I'd like to have artillery trains that just drive around and blow the crap out of stuff. I have never used the artillery in this game. It was added after I did most of my playing. I've seen videos of it though, and I really want to try it out for myself. Okay, what were we doing here? We were grabbing stuff to make trains. That's what we were doing. Okay, we have the 12 engines. We need 24 train cars. Actually, we need 15 train cars because we have some of them already. So for this, we're going to need gear wheels, probably. The best place to get gear wheels is right down here. Okay, we need 10 train cars. Which we should actually have enough gears now for that. Just need to grab a bit of iron. And a bit of steel, probably. Where'd I leave that stupid robot? Rather than trying to find him in the mess, we just... Oh, there he is. Robot, you are camouflage. Okay, there's the 10x10 cars we need. Trains are accounted for. Let's go finish the steel plant. Well, there's more that needs to be built than what is actually blueprinted. We need a double line up here to carry the steel back to the top, or carry the iron back to the top. I think this self-configuration block is pretty clever. It's like way overkill. Okay. This should now, if it wasn't for the fact that I had built these backwards. Okay, once they fix those, it should be a fully functional... Okay, I was gonna say, you guys better fix that one. A fully functional steel plant. Alright. Let's place the trains. Oh wait, no, we need to hook up the fuel still. Okay.